In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to rotate dynamic blocks. Now, sometimes we only want to rotate certain parts of the block without rotating everything. Here's an example of what we've got. So we can rotate just the flag part of it. Let's say this is for an exterior elevation. And then if we want, we could take it off ortho. You could point it anywhere. So that's what we're going to do this one. All right. So right now, as of last episode, we have the scale function still set. So we're going to keep going with that one. So all we got to do is right click, block editor, and then we're going to come over to parameters and look for rotation. So rotation on a circle, it's pretty easy. And then I'm going to click at the top of the peak right there. And down at the bottom, it says default rotation angle. We could leave it at 0. Now, you can move this little dot here anywhere, but I'm going to move it up to the center because that's where I want it to show up at right there. And then we go to actions and rotate. Now we rotate, we click our parameter, and now it says select objects. Now, if we select everything, then that means that this text here and this line will rotate as we rotate, but we don't want to do that. Instead, we want to select the parameter and just the flag part right there. And that's really all we want. So then we go and we test our block, click it, we've got our little dot here, and then just like that, that rotates. And take it off ortho, and it can go anywhere. Now, you can also, let's close the block. You can also, when you select the parameter, come over here to your settings, and you could change how much it does. So if we go to increment and then angle increment, if we say, let's say 45, we know we're only going to need it at 90s and 45s. Then it puts these little tick marks everywhere like that. So then when we close the block editor, save it, remember, you always got to go ATTS. So now it shows those little tick marks, and even with ortho off, it only goes to those portions right there. And that's basically it right there. Now, we're going to build on this for next week. So for next week, we're going to look at this and we're going to add to it. So we're going to add this little note here, and this can be a custom note. So we could change that to typical, similar, whatever. But we're also going to keep the rotation, but that's not going to rotate as we do it. And then we're going to build a flag as well. So maybe we could use this for a section cut and not just elevations. So we'll have our little flag built in that we can stretch. Then also we're going to use the rotation for other objects like this block here, where we can grab it and rotate it. But sometimes when you rotate it, you notice how the text is staying straight, which is great, but sometimes the text gets in the way. So we're also going to add to it a little stretch for the text so that we can get the text out of the way no matter where we are. Just like that. All right. Hope that helped. See you next time.